Good morning, everyone. This is Helena. We're going to give maybe 1 more minute to people to join, and then we will start our webinar. Oops, wrong one. All right, what we're going to do, let's go through organizational items. So what we're going to have, this is webinar. You're going to have, we're going to have maybe 15 minutes questions and answers in the end of the webinars. You can, I can unmute you guys, or you can type your questions in Q&A section. So that will be good too. So I will go through the questions and try to answer all of them based on our time. So what we're going to do, let's go through agenda. So I'm going to show you how to join multiple tables and use really advanced features of G-Accon. So you have the same feature if you use all our products. So G-Accon for Xero, for QuickBooks or HubSpot, this is the same concept. Then we do receive a lot of questions regarding how to run consolidation reports. So I was thinking I will take some time and show you how to do consolidation solution. And lately we released a new version of our product a week ago. So I will go through a couple nice features which might be beneficial for you. So what we're going to do, I'm going to share the tips now, how to join, how to build advanced data queries. And in some cases, it's already pre-built in a lot of our objects, which is available for you. But in some cases, you might feel, okay, I don't have enough data. I don't have enough results to run my reports, to look at the data. So I'm going to take one example, and we will go through examples. And then after that, I pause, and we will go through the questions and answers regarding this data query building exercise. So what I did as of now, I log into my Xero account. This is my demo account. I have a U account. When I go to G-Accon for Xero, you can have signed out, and you know for sure you're inside your first Xero entities. So what I'm going to do now, I'm choosing Get Data, then Get Accounting Data, and my first step is pull the first object or first table. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull invoices. I like to have invoices. I have plenty of data in my demo account. And invoices, for example, I want to join invoice table, then I want to pull payment table because I want to see if payments happen or not happen. And then let's say I want to join third table, which called accounts. So this is my task. So I'm going to show you joining of 3 tables by ID. So in my case, in invoice, I will pick up invoice ID. I will choose invoice number. And as soon as I want to join payment table later on, I can choose payment ID. Payment ID, and my date range to have some data to show you, I will go to September 1st. This is my date range. I want to change column order because it's convenient to me. I'm going to use payment ID to join my second table. So I'll put it in the first column so I can see it very clearly over here. And when I go to change pool settings, so I can have my new tab my new tab already open, so I will uncheck create new sheet, and I will use A1 cell as a first cell when I put my data. And template name, I will put my first table invoices. Invoices. Okay, it will be here. And I have only 3 columns. Definitely you can add more data. I can add, let's say, if it's invoices, we can put amount due, amount paid, and I can choose due date, and for example, total, status, and type. I don't want to put more data because I don't want to have a lot of information on my spreadsheet. Okay, now I'm ready to execute my first query. So this is my first query, which will be from September till end of October, and everything start in A3 cell. This is my first data set. All right. So now I have IDs, payment IDs. It's internal database numbers, which I'm going to use to join my second table. And as you can see, you can put a lot of information here, whatever you need to put invoices and bills, right? Your payable, it's your bills, receivable, it's your invoices, per invoices. So now my next step, I want you to see this column because it will be a little bit tricky now. My second table, I will start this column K. So you will see the gap and you will have the kind of clear cut, whereas one table and where is another table. So what I'm going to do, I go to add-on. I will choose again, next table, get data, get accounting data. And what I'm going to choose, I'm going to select payment object. So my payment table, again, I change my date range to September 1st. So to be consistent, then I would like to get my payment ID just to make sure and show you that it's matched. I want to have payment type. I want to have amount of payment, and I want to have account IDs for my next third joining query. So, and I'm going to have date, maybe date. So it's good enough for status. I can add status. So now the trick here, when I go to change pool settings, what I have to do, I have to refer my second table to this cell, which is K2. So I will uncheck create a new sheet, and I will do reference using this icon. So it's set up K2 cell, so I'm good here. I can put name, my second table payments, and then I'm going to do magic. So this is the key of whole building your query. So you're going to select field by filter by IDs. So how application will help you? You need to now highlight all your IDs. So I'm blindly highlight whatever data I have. This is my ID, and I use this icon to populate this date range through these references. So I add my reference to this specific tab, and this is my cells beginning A3 and A45. This is my date range. So I don't forget to insert it. And this is how I join these two tables by ID. So what I'm going to do now, I'm double check that I start this execution in K2 cell. I put name, I choose whatever I needed. Then I would like to change the order and put my account ID in first, because it will help me to create another joining for my third table, and I'm ready to execute. All right. So what we have now, we join two tables by ID. So now we will have invoices, we have payments. So my next step will be, I will use account ID from my second table of payment table and put all account information. So this is kind of concept. Yes, in invoice case, we have a lot of embedded objects. So you might not need to jump over, hula hoop to make it works. But in case if information is not enough for you and you want to create this multiple joining table, this is a way to go. So we can check now. So this is our invoices. This is our payment sections. We have payment ID, we have payment type, we have statuses, and extra information, whatever you need, you can definitely add it. So now our third table. So third table, we will do the same exercise. I move a little bit on the right so you can see clearly account ID column over here. All right. I move it here. So this is our account ID. In my case, yeah, it's the same account what I use, but in your case, it can be different, right? So what I'm going to do, again, the same exercise. So I go to add-on, I choose get accounting data. And what I'm going to do, I will select accounts, right? This is what I'm looking for. I will choose maybe everything. I want to see bank number, bank time, classes, if it's attachments, statuses. So I don't care much. I want to, do I need to change the order? Probably not, because this is my last table. I will definitely go to change pool settings and I will uncheck create new sheet and set it in, let's say R2. I will put again reference to this cell. I will put template name accounts, and then I will go and do magic and filter by ID. Again, now we're talking about ID and we assume that it's a different ID here, but in my case, yeah, it's not much difference. It will give me the same account, but I will do again reference to this range of data. I don't forget to insert it. And this is my joining my third table exercise. And then I execute it. So execute it, and I will have join of 3 tables. And this is help you to get whatever joining structure you want to get and whatever result you want to build. And what's going to be my next step? Next step, I want to automate the process. So you have, this is my accounts, this is my business account, this is type bank, this is my currency, and all type whatever you need it. So, and account ID, if you can see account ID here, definitely match account ID from our payment table. So what we done now, we join 3 tables. How you can see or modify or delete templates. It's the way how you're handling all your templates in the workspace. So you go to update, modify, delete template, and this is your templates available for you on this specific sheet. So it's invoices, payments, and accounts. So what I'm going to show you now, we have this structure, and probably it makes sense to create a workflow where you have refreshed data in one schedule. So in this case, you don't have to split it in different your schedule. You can use one workflow and everything will be updated at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to again select G-Accon for Xero. I will go to automation, and what we're going to do, we will create workflow. I know majority of you start using this functionality. It's our new workflow concept. Why it's helpful? It's allow you to spread your refresh through your workspace. So make sure you don't have failure, you don't have bottleneck, and make your data in more efficient way. And another benefit of using create workflows, because you can see everything in one space, in one place. On the right side, you will see templates. I will show you. So let's see workspace. We will create workspace workflow. Workflow number 1. I will put description. I will set up as an active workflow. And now I will select the templates. So those are our templates we just created. So I will move invoices, I will move payments, and I will move account. I can use this gear to send notification in case of error for each and every template. We know sometimes it's helpful. So I put this selection for all of my templates. And now I will go to scheduler, and now we're looking at invoices and account. Okay, I can put it daily. I can put daily, and let's just run about 2 a.m. That's perfectly good. And generate log, it's already checked for you, so it's there. If I don't have to send email notification to my customers or client, I might not use it, but if you do need, don't forget this is good functionality to use it. All right, so I apply and execute. And my next step, I want to run it. I want to run and show you that it's really good functionality when you can see how it will get refreshed. In my case, at 2 a.m. So I'll go to automation and double click on my workflow. So you can feel that this is a template, how to manage your templates. So this bottom line, this is like behind the logic. I execute current workflow, and what it does for us, it's open automatic operation event logs. So you guys familiar, because this is the main feature of this application, where you can see what runs successfully and where is a failure, right? And if it's failure, then you know what to do, right? Either you run it manually, or you wait for next cycle, or you send us email, right? Something doesn't work, so we definitely help. So let it finish. And as soon as it's finished, this window will be closed. And then we will go through the log, and this is exactly what you're going to see. All right, it's not much data, so it should be closed soon. Yep, all right. So now what you can see, the workflow number 1 started execution. This is how many templates it get pulled. It's our invoices, payments, accounts, our 3 templates. They updated successfully, and execution ended, right? In case if you're going to send emails to your customers or client, that information will be here as well. It will say email sent to certain recipes. And if the process fail instead of success, you will see error. So that will be kind of red flag for you. You have to do something about it, right? Either run it, refresh it manually, or wait for next cycle. If it's daily, it's a good idea. If you have invoices which is refresh every 3 hours, so you can wait for next cycle. All right, so this is how it works. So basically, this is whole idea. It's a little bit advanced. It's not much coding involved, so it's very easy, but you have to be very accurate, and you have to know how to use ID. ID, it's internal identifier, right, in each and every table. If you're talking about transactions, you will have transaction ID, overpayment ID. If it's PO ID or quotes, it will be PO ID or quotes ID. So this is the concept behind. So now what I'm going to show you, how to do consolidation. Consolidation, if you have to do consolidation report for multiple Xero entities. So I receive a lot of questions. This is only a reason. So it will not take more than 5 minutes, but I'm going to show you. So let's assume now I do have demo for AU, and I'm sitting on this entity. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull one of the accounting report. And the most popular is my P&L, right? So I'm going to select profit and loss report, and this will be generated for these specific entities. I will use this month. I don't want to change any settings here other than previous periods. I will do 4 because I want it to run a little bit faster. A report layout, I will keep traditional. So you will see that. And I will uncheck create new spreadsheet, and I will use A1 as a starting cell and execute. All right. So this is my P&L. It's compared this 4 previous periods for one entity. So it's traditional layout, everyone aware. I even have it year-to-date data, but you know how to uncheck it. So you have income, total income, all your cost of sales and operating expenses, and your net, okay, net profit. So this is for first company. So let's assume this is for first company. Next step is, as soon as you create one template and you want to reuse this template for your multiple companies, this can be 2, 3, 5, 10 different Xero organizations. So you want to use the same template. And what you're going to do, you're going to save this template in cloud. So basically, we're not saving data, you're saving structure template. So we're going to G-Accon for Xero. You choose automate, modify, delete template, and it will open this window on the right side. And what we're going to do, we will save this template. We will use this icon, and we put name. I will put this for webinar. Oops, yeah, nice to spell nicely. I will put description and I will save it. All right, so now we are ready to move to different company. So I will close this window, and what you do, you go to add zone, you go to our menu option, and you switch organizations. So in my case, I don't have multiple organization, I have only demo, but what's happening here, if you do have multiple organization here, you choose another organization and you switch organization. So in our case, I assume the switch organization, and what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go to add-on. I will going to load save template from cloud. So basically now when you go to Xero menu options, you will see the new organization. And as soon as it's report, I can select report. And this is my webinar. I can share this my team members, right? If they want to use the same template, I would say for report, maybe it's easy for them to create their own template, but if you're going to pull data, you know exactly what attribute you choose. So it's easy to save it and share, so everyone use the same template. So I can double click on this link, and it will load for me my save template. So it will be again P&L, it will be compare these 4 periods. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start this this report on cell, I don't know, K1. So I can do again reference to K1, and I can put my second Xero entity. All right, so and I don't change anything. I have title. You again feel free to remove title if you don't need it. You can retrieve header or don't retrieve header, so it's up to you. But the concept again, we execute now the P&L to second entity. And yes, if you have 10, 15 organizations, it's time consuming, but if you look from perspective, you have to set it up only once, and then you you can use it. You can automate the process and all the templates will be in place. So, all right, this is my second template. Again, if I need to add another report to another organization, yeah, I can do it. Another thing, you can use traditional layout. You can choose only account and have account information, but in this case, you just have to summarize your totals for all organizations, but this is just a couple formulas, right? So it's very easy to achieve manually. Yeah, it's not a big deal. So now again, the next step is, in my case, I do have two organizations. It's consolidation report for two entities. So then I will do the same exercise like we did when we set up automation for joint tables. So I'll go to automation. I create next workflow. Let's say I put it P&L for consolidation. And I'll put description. This is my available templates, and you can see our previous templates. This is our P&L templates for one organization, and we assume it's our second organization. Again, you can send email notification. You can set up this property for each and every template if you choose to. And then scheduler. So now it's P&L. Yeah, probably I need to run it daily, right? There is no reason to run P&L report an hourly basis or every 5 hours. And now I can choose maybe 3 a.m. Our previous workflow was running at 2 a.m. So I will spread them a little bit. So, and I apply and execute. So now what I'm going to do the same exercise. I go to automation, I choose update, modify, delete workflows. So now you're going to have on the right side two different workflows, right? One for joining tables, what we did previously, and this is our consolidation P&L report. So I open this template, this P&L workflow, and I execute it. So while we're waiting, I will close this window, and I'm going to automatic operation event log, and you will see the same logs that we saw for first workflow. It will start executing this P&L workflow. It's pull templates, and then it's finish executing. So basically, if you set up this during night time, when you come in the morning, you will check. I mean, it's good kind of practice to check your log, right, and see what's going on. But as soon as you use us a lot, so you will see this is the main piece of our application. Okay, in my case, it's pull P&L. It's refresh data for the first template, and it's refresh data for successfully refreshed data for my second template. So well set. So this is your consolidation report. Yes, you set up once, but when you automate the process, so you don't have to do anything later on other than monitor the performance of these templates. All right, so now I want to show you a couple of new features which we released recently. And one of the feature what we introduced, we had it in only cash summary report, but now we introduce in all reports through whole application where you have accounts. So we introduced account type. So what it does for you, let's say you have I don't know, 200 accounts, and some of them have, not some of them, all of them have their own type, right? It can be liability, it can be current liability, assets, your expenses. So you have now ability to choose the type, and then this account will type group of accounts will show up. So what else you can achieve here? You can select, let me select only, let's say, current liability. I don't have nice data here, it's demo account. They put all kind of types here, but let's assume you have current liability and you want to pull account transaction additionally to certain accounts, let's say bank accounts. This is my test account. So this is good way to do stuff. So basically from account type, you pull all available current liabilities, for account transaction. And then in addition to this, you can add your bank account. So this is whole concept. So in the case, I have a ton of accounts here. Without account type, you have to pretty much go and choose if you want to select specific account. So it's become a little bit inconvenient. So, all right. So in my case, I selected current liability. In addition to current liability account, I selected my bank account just to show you how it works. Again, we will do dynamic date range. It doesn't matter now. Column type, it's a nice functionality. Sometimes people, sometimes you don't need to see certain columns, so you have ability to uncheck that, so you're not going to see that. And this is my tracking category here. Again, I go to change pool settings. And what else I want to show you? I want to display only account name. This is another feature what I have. I don't care about code for some reason, right? And I want to have only account name. And I execute my query. I still have all column checked, but definitely it's up to you which one you want to see, which one you don't want to see. In my example, I just want to show you everything what I have. So, all right. So this is my account name. This is my paid. I should not do that. I should not do that because I selected account code specifically. But this is my bank information. And unfortunately, I don't have current liability here. So, but this is my test account. But eventually, in your case, it will be current liability plus additional bank account. So I want to show you, I'm not going to run it, but I'm going to show you that we do have the same account type in main report, like cash management, like P&L. I can show you payable. I want to show you payable. So let me get P&L. So this is account type. It's the same account type. The additional to the accounts. This is your balance sheet. Yeah, you have account, whatever you have. So bottom line, whatever you have accounts, we have now accounts type. So it's very useful functionality here. So the next enhancement which we introduced was aging in receivable and payable. So before, when you pull, let's see, receivable details, we pull all this data based on invoice date. So now you have ability to pull invoice data based on due date. It was not big changes for us, but it's helpful because sometimes you want to be consistent with your Xero accounts. So that allow you to use due date if it's in your practice and if it's you use these business rules. So due date aging for age receivables, you have the same filter in your summary, the same aging due date and invoice date, and the same set of new filters you have in your payables. So in payables details, it's aging, and you'll have in summary, same thing. So another nice feature what we introduced in summer, during summer, I would say, yeah, August. So it was display balances in customer currency. So this is important feature. A lot of customer ask us to do it. So don't forget you have it. So basically you can now display all your invoices or bills in the customer currency. So you might have a lot of international clients, right? And you can see, okay, I invoice this customer in this specific currency, and you're going to see that. I'm going to run this report. For this, you have to specify you do need to see customer currency. And I will compare this 6 months. So I will run this report. And I'm not sure I do have data, but at least you will see how this report looks like. So it's a lot of filtering here, and age receivable, age summaries. This is most difficult reports, which pull ton of data, and based on this data, we create report internally. So I would say, so make sure when you set up automation, you definitely don't refresh receivables and payables hourly or 5 hours, just put it daily. Because if you put that often, so first of all, you will reach the limit, zero limit. It still have limits 5,000 calls per day, and you have to wait 24 hours. So this is how it looks. So this is your currency. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any other currency, only the company currency, base currency. But in your case, if you have different currency, you can see those currency in this column. So it will be useful for you if you deal with global clients. So another enhancement which we introduced was enhancement when you select different line items, and let's say you build BI solution, your dashboard, your graphs, your tables, and you don't want to keep items which has either blank for descriptions or empty amount or zero amount. You want to skip those items, and this functionality allow you to do it. So I came back to invoice object, invoice table, and this functionality and the select field to filter. So what does it mean? Invoice has line items, right? And what we add for these bills, as soon as you have in any of your tables different line items, so you will see now different line items, and you can set up condition. So basically you're building your own query, and you're filtering, it's your where clause, right? So in my case here, we're doing select everything from invoice table, right? This is how we build query. And where your line items, let's say my description, you can say not equal null. And don't forget to add it. So now you can set another condition. You can say if my line quantity greater than, I don't know, 0, right? So you can add another condition, and you can put or and. It's your Boolean rules. So this is how you execute your query. So if I run this, let me change a little bit date here. I will put September. So, or August, I can put August 1st, execute, and it's open for me new tab. So execute it. So basically your result that you retrieve from your Xero accounts will not have null values or specific amount values, whatever you select. So basically this changes was introduced for any objects which has line items in it. So let's see. If I do have data, it will show up in this tab. And if I check my line item descriptions, which said I don't want to have null, so line item rate, quality. So this is description. So if you can see, each and every item has some descriptions. So basically it's remove all nullable or empty field. So this is an enhancement. This is another enhancement what we put. So in other changes, what we did, if you go to G-Accon for Xero, and you select tools and user preferences, we add a couple items here. So on the reporting section, to addition to display only code, account code, which we had before, now you have ability to display only account names. So, or you can do, by default, it go to give you both names and code, but you can split it if you do need to have code all the time. So this is a place where you can set up your default settings. If you do it this occasionally, you will do changes in change pooling settings. But if you want to put global changes, so this is a way to look. So we introduce through whole report section, we introduce the checkbox display only account names. If you need it, you can use it, to addition to display only codes name. And then we introduce show account type column as a common feature, because this account type, like I said, it's now exists everywhere when you have your accounts. So if you want to show and see the account type all the time, so this is a place when you can select show account type checkbox, and every time it will be shown. So if you don't need to set up as a default setting, so don't check it. So don't check it. So this is a next enhancement what we introduce. Yes, and I think we can stop here. And I do have 19 minutes. So what I can do, I can check if you guys have any questions or any concerns or some ideas. If you can type in Q&A, it will be perfect. If you feel you want to ask us your specific questions, you feel free to send us email to support@econ.services email. So feel free. So let me pause. Let me stop talking and see if anyone has any questions. All right. So if nobody has any questions, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys go. And I do have, oh, sorry, I might have a question. Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm going to talk about this. Yes, I'm going to share a recording, and I know sometimes I did all this exercise very fast. Yes, this is recorded webinar, and I'm going to send this recording just right after the session is over. And you can definitely review, and you can go through, you can try enhancement, try join tables, and then again, ask us questions if you still have it. And in any time, you can ask us any other questions, whatever you might experience. All right. So thank you very much for joining our webinars, and enjoy our application. Thank you. You have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.